vloggers. I went metal detecting yesterday at my friend's house, and we dug up what we thought was potentially the rubbish pit for the house, which was built in 1927. It was in Westport, Connecticut. And one of the things I found was this really cute little pieces of this little saucer. So what I thought I would do was do a quick upcycle. Now, I don't know how crafty I am. I don't know how this is going to turn out. But what I thought I would do was see if I could glue all these pieces back together. And I heard that the Japanese have this tradition of fixing cracks with gold. To make the crack more beautiful. I believe that is the theory. I'll have to look it up because I don't exactly know the theory behind it. Anyway, I thought I would give it a shot and try and do an upcycle project with this. So yeah, stay tuned, let's see what happens. So I have my gold paint. I have my paint brushes. Bought myself some new paint brushes. I had them on sale at Michael's, so figured, well, I don't know which brush I'll need. They all look kind of useful, so buy one get one 50 off, so can't hurt. So first things first, I'm going to have to try and fit these pieces back together. Now when we dug these out of the hole, it did, you can probably see it right here, it did still have the rust on it. And I've debated on whether I wanted to clean all that rust off, but I've decided I'm going to leave it because I kind of like it. It just adds to the fact that it's been buried in the ground for almost 100 years. The Walsh family were the family that originally owned this house, and the pattern, I've not found this exact pattern when I was doing some searching last night online, but I found comparable patterns, and it's from the 1930s. So this is the Walsh house in Westport, Connecticut, that was built in 1927. So it all lines up for it being a piece of the Walsh house's imported Japanese ceramic ware. So that's kind of cool. You know what? I can't see. I need to put my glasses on. Alright, so let's see if we can't get this whole thing put together. Put some super glue on. They said the super glue would glue ceramics, so let's see. With an instant bond. Yeah, we'll see. And I thought once it's together, could probably put it in a shadow box. That is not an instant bond, is it? Yeah, did not seem to work. Okay, so that first piece seems to be holding, so let's get these two smaller pieces glued together. Quite pleased actually, I did not think that was going to hold. But I think the key is just holding them together. I should show you what else we found. We found the cutest little tiny I don't even know what it was. It's like a little tiniest little toothpaste tube, like a doll's house toothpaste tube, and a bottle. It looks like possibly an old wine bottle. It's not embossed. There's like no identifying marks on it whatsoever. And unfortunately, by the time when we dug it out, it was broken. There's some big bubbles in it, and according to identification, when I was googling it, bubbles that are larger and fewer in size, that typically means that it's kind of a 1920s, 1930s hand-blown bottle. There's no seam mold marks on the bottle, so it's definitely the same time period as this glass, same time period as the house. We also found lots of kind of bits of rusty can and nails and other pieces. I don't think my friend's going to let me dig up the whole part of her yard, but I would love to see what else we could find in there. There was also tons of clamshells. Westport's right on the Saugatuck River, which goes out into Long Island Sound, so not surprised to find lots of shells and other stuff like that. It was a pretty common dietary staple back in the day. You could just pick it right out the river. Oysters were the poor man's diet back in those days, and yeah, not so much now, but back then it was easy pickings for local folks. Alright, so maybe I should have, let's see if I can get these pieces glued together without gluing myself together here. Alright, did not think this glue was going to work, but I'm surprised it's working a lot better than I was anticipating. And I haven't glued myself to the table or a piece of ceramic yet, so you know, that's a win in my book, because I'm usually good for something like that to happen. Expect my cat Mitch to show up at some point as well. Start, you know, causing havoc around here. Let's see if we can get this piece in here. Nice. I'm sure if we'd have dug around a little longer we might have found all the pieces, but I kind of like it like this. It's just, you know, it is what it is. It's not metal, but it's not a bad metal detecting find. I'll take it, that's for sure. Oops. Ooh. Distracting myself now. And they say instant. It's not instant. It's just good marketing. It's at least a minute and a half. Which, you know, if I was a patient person, maybe a minute and a half is instantaneous. A little longer. But not least, get these two halves together. I'm so chuffed with this little find, I really am. I'm just wondering if I shouldn't have glued it the way I glued it. I'm hoping that these will stick together. I'm wondering if I've left a gap, but we shall see. You live and learn. Okay, let's see if we can get this last piece together. Oof. Maybe. Hi, Millie. I'm hopeful. Such a pretty little plate. I love the teal around the edge. Just have a mark on the back, but it just says Japan. I don't know if you can see it. It just says Japan. So I don't know if anybody knows what this pattern is. Let me know. I don't recognize it. I found very similar pattern plates like this with the swag and flowers, but I didn't find any with their little bows kind of tying the flower swags up, so that was a bit unusual. But if anybody recognizes it, knows a name for this. I know a lot of Noritake patterns are very similar to this. There's also very tiny little dots. I don't know if you can see them, but there's very tiny little dots between the exterior, the trim, which is almost Art Deco on the exterior. It's pretty. All right, I got it all back together. Oh, glue. All right, all back together. So I'm going to give that a few more minutes to dry. Make myself a cup of tea. And we'll be back. Okay, so I googled it. It's called kintsugi, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, and I apologize because I'm probably not. I probably butchered that. But it means join with gold, and it's the Japanese art of repairing broken objects, often ceramic, pottery or glass, and creating a more beautiful object by fixing it with gold. So I'm using this gold paint, and I'm going to basically just paint over the seams that I just glued together, and we'll see. I don't know, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. We'll see. I don't know how steady a hand I have, but we will see. At least I have a line to follow. I may have to do this more than once. I just realized I'm probably doing this completely out of camera shot, sorry. Okay. Brush. What's happening here? Hi, Millie. An errant. You gotta go, buddy. Hi, Millie. I decided my first choice of brush was just way too thick for this. This is much better. I like it. Alright. Hey, hey, means. Well, I bet this little saucer never thought that almost 100 years after it was broken, it would get a new lease on life. This is what I just love. I've always been I was a kid who used to love to jumble sale in England. It's kind of the same thing as a rummage sale in the US. Nana used to take me to jumble sales and used to come home with all kinds of stuff. My mum would be horrified about the clothes that I would show up in. But I loved jumble sales. I always just loved finding things and thinking about the history of things and just giving things a new story and a new life. And it's just fascinating. And this little plate was, I'm sorry, I keep pulling it out of, probably keep pulling this out of view. I'm sorry, I apologize. But I keep, you just having a new little lease on life. And who doesn't need one of those every once in a while? A little zhuzh. A little splash of gold to shine up your day. I didn't get a shadow box yet. I was looking at shadow boxes, but I was like, you know what? I wasn't totally confident that I was going to be able to pull this off. So I put the shadow box back, so I won't be able to do the final result today, but maybe what I'll do is I'll add a quick update video if I do get the shadow box. But I also have a Instagram, Lancashire Lark Instagram, so I'll probably end up posting a picture of the finished item over on my Instagram. So if you are curious and you want to see the finished item, head on over to my Insta and you'll see it there. Actually, pretty pleased with how this is turning out. Not bad for a first upcycle. If I say so myself. I've got to figure out where this little T-junction is here. It goes. This is definitely porcelain. When you hold this up to the light, it is just almost transparent. It's absolutely beautiful. I can imagine whoever owned this plate was just heartbroken when this broke. It was the kids that broke this. No. Someone may have gone to bed that night without any supper. show this to our neighbors. Chise is, our new neighbor is Chise, and Chris Chise is from Japan. So I might have to show her this. I heard about this tradition probably a year or so ago, and I just love it. And I might be making a habit out of doing stuff like this. Well, there you have it, I guess. A little chocolate gold here, here, and here. Why not? Let's do it on the little piece first and see how that looks on the edge right there. Does it look good right here? Yeah, I think I like it. Alright, we'll do the edges here. Okay. What do you think, guys? Pretty pleased. Now we'll just do this one last edge with gold, and then we're good. Alright. You know what? I'm really pleased with that. It's not perfect, but that doesn't matter. It was my little project, and it came out way better than I actually anticipated it coming out. So I'm really chuffed with that. Okay, lurkers, I hope you enjoyed watching me do my first little upcycle video there. Oh, I've painted on my... painted everything. I'm covered in paint. Oh no. Oh my god, I've got paint everywhere. I hope you enjoyed that little upcycle, and yeah, like and subscribe. Check us out. I'm going to be making plenty of more tag sailing, mudlarking, metal detecting videos, and if I find any more things like this to upcycle, we'll be adding these to the mix as well. So thanks, we'll see you soon. Bye.